Hi, everyone. Welcome to Talk of the Town. PZuk has joined us. He is the executive director, as you know, of First Tee, the Lowcountry. Good to see you.
Good to see you again.
Happy 4th of July.
Same to you. A little late, but that's all right.
But you said you had a nice, quiet one. Yeah. And I enjoyed ours as well. So we're in the throes of summer, but we're going to talk about the fall.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the players, you know, from that have been involved with First Tee, that are at high school and now going to college, and are going to be playing golf in college.
Right. We've got 4 young people who are going to be playing college golf this fall. 3 in Division I and 1 in Division II. Jeep Patrick and Tag Graziana, who went to Hilton Head Prep.
Yep, I met Jeep.
And then Cade Chriskunis, who also went to Hilton Head Prep, will be at Maryland.
Okay.
And then Lexi Milbrandt will be playing D2 at Berry College down in Miami.
So go back over those again. Now, which are boys and which are, I know Jeep is a guy.
Jeep, Tag, and Cade are the boys.
Okay.
And then Lexi is the girl.
And then Lexi. Now, the boys, again, are going where? Go through that again. One more
Jeep
time.
and Tag are both going to be at Presbyterian.
Presbyterian PC in Clinton.
Right.
Okay.
And then Cade will be at Maryland.
At Maryland. Okay. Wow. That's pretty, impressive to be on a college golf team.
They did the work. They really worked at it hard, all of them. And Jeep will actually be a sophomore next year. He won his conference championship as a freshman and was one of 3 freshmen to qualify for the NCAA tournament individually.
Wow.
So he made it to the regionals in his freshman year. That's pretty strong.
Now tell me about Lexi.
Lexi went to Hilton Head High.
Yeah.
She was the #1 player on the team for a couple of years, I think. And she's done very well in events, and she's going to be going to Berry College. Great kid, worked for us one winter at the Hilton Head Learning Center. So, they're all great kids. They're all so grounded, and they all work really hard at their game and their schoolwork and so forth.
And so to get to actually play golf in college, do they get like a full ride, or do they get a partial scholarship, or no?
Well,
what is it? Yeah.
Probably most people don't understand that probably there may be just a few schools where even 1 or 2 of the kids will have a full ride.
Okay.
Most of them are partials because there's a limit on the number of scholarships they can give out. I think it's 8. And they have teams of 12 and 14 kids. So they're not all getting full rides, that's for sure.
Now, when they go to college and play golf, is it year-round, or do they have a certain season? Talk about that.
Well, they have a fall and a spring season.
Okay.
And it's very demanding. For instance, we had a Division I coach come and talk to our kids in Kansas City one time, and they get up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. They have, a team meal or whatever, breakfast. Then they go to school all day. Then they have practice for 2 or 3 hours in the evening. And then a lot of them will have mandatory study halls in the evening.
Wow.
So it's really it's almost like a full-time job to play golf in college.
And then they have, when do the tournaments start? Or the play?
Well, the tournaments are usually, it's interesting, they're 54-hole tournaments, but they play them in 2 days. So the first day they play 36 holes, and the second day they play 18. They all walk.
They do?
Oh, yeah.
Do they have caddies or carry their own bag?
No, they tote their own bags in college.
Yeah, of course, yes.
Yeah. But it's very physically and mentally and emotionally demanding, and it takes a special kind of person to play college golf.
Well, one of our news producer, her daughter is engaged to a golfer at Alabama, and she was talking about this stress. It's very, very high stress, and I would think to be in college and want to make good grades, but also do well in the tournaments. And let's say you have to do well one weekend, and the next weekend you don't, and I would think it would really play with your mind.
Well, I think it depends a lot on who the coach is. A lot of the schools, they tend to run 1 or 2 ways I've seen. The schools will have sort of periodic qualifying events, so you'll go and you'll play at your home course, and the top 5 people will play in the next tournament.
Right. Wow.
Or some of them have a set thing, and if somebody's not playing too well, they might move them out for a couple of weeks and move somebody else in. So a lot of it depends upon the coach in college. It really does.
Okay, well, that's very interesting. And so when they're at First Tee, they learn a lot of the skills, but they learn how to deal emotionally with the game, I would think.
I'd like to think we're helping them because they begin to realize that they can only control what they can control. And that's why we like to teach the kids really a lot about process rather than outcomes.
Okay, perfect. Well, our time is up, unfortunately, Pat. It's always great to have you with us.
It's great to be here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Again, PZuk, who is with First Tee of the Lowcountry, is Executive Director.
Thanks.